This is Crypto Business back at you with the next installment of the Crypto for Dummies video series that we're doing on this channel. And today, you might have guessed it, it's Cardano or ADA or ADA, however you want to say it. Basically, what Cardano is, it's a peer-reviewed cryptocurrency being developed by PhD scientists all over the world. And a lot of people are saying this is the next big thing. And the reason for that is back when Bitcoin was founded, that was kind of considered, generation one. And that was developed a long time ago, right? So the technology has changed, the coding languages have changed. And so generation two came with basically forks off of Bitcoin. They use the same fundamental coding languages, they use the same fundamental code. And you could probably throw an Ethereum in there too, which is definitely a different code base and everything than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin Cash forked off of Bitcoin, and it's very basic differences, but it solves a problem. Bitcoin's transaction times and fees are very high, so Bitcoin Cash came in and kind of manipulated some code, and then they fixed that issue. But that's still generation two, and then now people are saying that Cardano or ADA is now generation three. Basically, these coins and their development teams have learned from what was built before, and they're often starting their coding from scratch, avoiding the mistakes that were made in the older coins. And one of the youngest, which is Cardano, has taken this to a whole new level. Not only is it implemented from scratch in the Haskell programming language, which is basically said to be very diverse and very interchangeable in the upcoming years, which is something very important. But it's also following a process of scientific peer review to ensure that they build a cryptocurrency that is more scalable and secure than anything that's come before it. So Cardano, as you can see here, this is the team. Cardano and its developer IOHK, which is Input Output Hong Kong, which is down here somewhere, have released a number of scientific papers that have undergone peer review in the scientific community. So this incorporates feedback from cryptographic, mathematic, and infosec experts along the way. So the hope is that this process will lead the cryptocurrency able to hand future demands better than existing currencies, right? So they're hoping that all this peer review from experts around the world, and the way I look at this is they're kind of trying to be more like Apple. You know how to develop an app on the App Store for Apple is much more difficult than putting it on, say, the Android store or the Google Play Store, right? Cardano is trying to be very specific and selective with the different projects that get built on their blockchain, and then how they develop out their own software. They're being very careful, and that's a good thing. It's something you really want. So basically, I'll get into it a little more detail. So the key underpinning of the Cardano network and its currency, ADA, is Ouroboros, which is a secure proof of stake system that defines how nodes in the network reach consensus about the state of the ADA ledger. So that sounds like alien language for crypto for dummies. But basically, other cryptocurrencies use a proof of stake. But Ouroboros is designed to prevent bad actors from exploiting this issue that may exist in proof-of-stake systems that are not utilizing high-quality randomness. So I recommend, we're not going to dive too deep into the Ouroboros information or the white paper, but you can go and you can look at that on your own time if you want to get a little more information about that stuff. I'll briefly touch on a couple more things that I think is necessary for you guys to understand what Cardano is and the difference. And you can go to Input Output Hong Kong, go to Cardano, and you can see the team here. And clearly there's a nice team, PhD. And these are some Haskell developers. You can see all this stuff. But anyway, so following the software development best practices, Cardano is being built in layers. So this is very important because this is the way the best developers, full stack development teams are building out new apps and everything today. And they're also doing it on the blockchain. So the Cardano settlement layer, the CSL, handles accounting, which means moving payments between users. And the Cardano computing layer, the CCL, handles computation via smart contracts. So Cardano is similar to Ethereum, where it does offer a smart contract system. Additionally, Cardano aims to develop side chains, which will be able to interact with the main Cardano network, but run domain-specific tasks locally. So again, we won't get too far into that, but this is just proving that Cardano is really taking a ton of different things into effect. They're looking at scaling. They've looked at all the issues that Ethereum is having. And I know Vitalik has said, the only Ethereum killer is going to be Ethereum. But Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, he was also a co-founder of Ethereum and was the CEO. And he really knows what he's doing. He saw firsthand the problems that Ethereum had, and now he's going into Cardano. So, I mean, he's a smart guy, and you can actually, let's see, Cardano Hub, I think on their website, what is Cardano? Yeah, if you go here, I really recommend watching this. The Cardano whiteboard overview with Charles Hoskinson. He does an excellent job of explaining the problems with other cryptocurrencies and how Cardano is going to fix them. He's a really bright guy. So the last thing I'll go over is governance and funding. So Cardano plans to implement a funding mechanism similar to Dash, but more cryptographically secure. So basically what Dash does is they have a fund that anytime a transaction is committed or a block is mined or staked, then Dash, the corporation, will get a kickback of some of that money in order to go and build out new functionality on their platform. So a portion of all newly minted ADA will be placed into the Cardano treasury and can be dispersed to fund proposals voted on by users in the blockchain. Proposals can range from funding the development team to implementing new features in the network. And that's awesome because now with Bitcoin, there is no voting mechanism and there's no way for us to really, if the development team wants to change something, then a new currency is created, aka Bitcoin Cash. So with Cardano, you're not going to have that problem. You're going to have the majority of the votes go to one way or another, and that's the way that the currency is going to go. It's a democratic kind of, it's just a voting system, which I think is really cool. So the more people who are involved in Cardano and really understand the scientific stuff behind it, you can get in there and you can vote for what you believe is the best way that the Cardano system should go. And I think that's a really unique and cool way that they're working on this. So other than that, I know there's a lot more to Cardano. I could do a more in-depth video, but this is Cardano for Dummies. So we're all just a bunch of dummies here. So with that, guys, go down to the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate that. It'll help me make some more videos. I really enjoy doing these things for you guys. So please subscribe, comment below, and let me know what coin you guys want me to do in the next Cryptocurrency for Dummies video. So I guess that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.